What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to today's video. Don't mind the background, still a work in progress. Today's video is gonna be on Nate. Crap, I should have got his name first. So today I'm gonna be testing out Nate Andre's Facebook ad strategy for print on demand. If you don't know what print on demand is, it's basically selling clothes, mainly t-shirts is usually the most popular one, in a certain niche. And so for me in particular, my niche is on the entrepreneurship niche, because I actually have like an actual startup, and one of this kind of side things we're doing to start generating some income, because it's mainly a tech startup, but to start generating some income is we're kind of putting out like an entrepreneurial clothing line. We're still testing it out. It's not perfect, but we're definitely testing it out. And so that's why I'm using his strategy to test out the different print-on-demand products. Because right now we don't have the capital to kind of have our own inventory, so print-on-demand was kind of the best option for us to do. And so I'm not claiming to, first of all, this isn't my strategy, this is his strategy. So I'm going to link to this video where he went over it. I'm just testing it out. So if you saw his strategy maybe and you want to see how it worked for someone else, this is good for you. Or if you haven't heard of his strategy, you still might want to watch this, but you can definitely check out his video on it too. He probably explains it better than me. But I'm just going to kind of show you what I did to get started. This is going to be a two-part series because there's two different parts to test in it. So the part I'm on right now is to see which one of your products and assets is a winner. So I'm going to be going over that. Hopefully this video might be a little bit longer than usual, just because there's a lot to it. I'm going to do my best to explain it, but definitely check out his channel like I keep saying. And so just another disclaimer, I'm not saying I'm perfect at Facebook ads. I'm not so much claiming like I'm an expert that knows everything in dropshipping and marketing and trying to tell you guys. I'm just kind of sharing what I'm doing and giving you guys results if you want to see how it works, because I'm still fairly new to all this. And so I just want to give you what I learn and kind of share what I learned along the way. So hopefully that makes sense.
I'm going hard for this. I put my heart in this. I'm addicted and it's hard to quit. Started off in them apartments. Now I hang with the stars and shit. Customize my cars and shit.
So this is the guy I was talking about, Nate Andres. I watch all of his videos. He's really good. He's really good at print on demand. He's made millions of dollars doing it. So I definitely thought it'd be worth testing out his strategy. So to test out his strategy, I would say you're probably gonna need at least $100, which I know is kind of hard for some people. It's hard for me. So that's why I want to test this out, so I can let you guys know how it worked. And again, it's gonna be different for everyone, but you guys can see what results it's giving me. Not in this video though, because I don't have any results. I'm currently testing it out, but this is just kind of how to set it up and show you the strategy. So this is him. I don't know where I should even begin. So I guess I'll kind of start off with explaining the method or the strategy. So you start off with one PPE campaign, post per engagement campaign. I think that's what it stands for. Just an engagement based campaign. So this is going to be a lot cheaper than any conversion campaign. If you try testing out with a conversion campaign, it's going to be a lot more expensive. Way over $100, like I said, for the PPE, with the amount of products and assets we're doing. So you definitely want to start with the PPE, and that will give you a good feeling for what's working. So you're going to start off with one campaign. At least this is how I did it. I'm sure there's other ways to kind of set it up. This is how I set it up. I'll show you my ads too. So you start off with one PPE campaign. And so I labeled mine as test, so we can jump into, oh, that's the ad. We can jump into my thing, don't mind these other things. So like one campaign, I just have this as post per engagement test because I'm testing out to see what works. And then for ad sets, so you're gonna be testing 5 different products. So my products, there's, like I said, they're different, mainly shirts. There's one notepad, so, and then I kept them all the same, just changed the shirt, okay? These are all of them right here. And so you're gonna be testing 5 products. So have 5 products in your niche, and all looking the same. Just the only variable is the actual product itself in the actual ad copy or ad content. So you're testing out 5 different things. Let me actually show you the ad I did. And so for the ad, this is for the notepad. This is what he recommends doing. So I'm just basically doing everything he said to follow. He said want one and then put your link. And don't use a bit.ly link, Google shortener link. Don't use any of that. Actually put your link. Usually the click-through rates are higher from what I've heard and learned. So put your own link and just say want one and then put the link. And that's all he said to put, but then I put the bottom, since I'm kind of trying to build a brand. I put the name of the brand, created by a far cry from ordinary. That's the name of the brand under Empower Wearables. That's kind of creating the clothing. And I said, so created by a far cry from ordinary for those who have big ambitions and are, well, a far cry from ordinary. So just kind of give a little more background on the brand, because when you're building a brand, people really don't buy the products, they buy into the meaning behind it, from what I've learned. So this is the ad I have. I have 5 different products. They all look like this except just a different picture and obviously the link to the product. And so you're gonna want 5 different ones, 5 different products. And then, so let me show you that really. Actually, no, let me finish explaining this first. Sorry, I'm a little bit all over the place. Like I said, there's a lot to it, so hopefully I'm making sense. So start with PPE campaign, have 5 products underneath that. I'll show you how to set it up. And then so after that, probably before you do all that, what you're going to want to do is you're going to pick 5 different subcategories. He called them subcategories. So 5 different subcategories. So for example, I'm doing entrepreneurs. So I actually only did 4. I didn't do 5. So you might want to do 5, but I only did 4. So what I did was, one I did was famous entrepreneurs. And so this is the ad. This is what's going to be for your ad set, who you're going to be targeting. So I did famous entrepreneurs. So I did one of them was famous entrepreneurs. So like Gary Vaynerchuk, Grant Cardone, Ty Lopez, all those other famous entrepreneurs is who I targeted. Then I did entrepreneur media. Okay, sorry, I have a band-aid in my finger, it's screwing everything up. Media. So this is like magazines and online websites. So like Forbes, Entrepreneur Magazine, Fast Company, Bloomberg Business Week, Harvard Business Review, just everything that entrepreneurs might look at regarding media, like magazines and websites, like I just said. Then I did entrepreneur books. So famous books that successful people and entrepreneurs read, like Think and Grow Rich. Can't even think any off the top of my head. Robert Kiyosaki, I don't even know how to say his last name. Rich Dad Poor Dad, that book. I could show you, but is this all books entrepreneurs and successful people read? And then lastly, I did entrepreneur business models. Biz models. So like drop shipping, affiliate marketing, private labeling. So I targeted different business models. So maybe even some of you guys actually saw these ads. I'm not sure, because a lot of you guys probably watching this are probably showing interest in some of those. So you maybe even saw my ads. But so that's what I did. So I did 4 separate ad sets. He recommends doing 5, so do 5 if you can. 4 separate ad sets, all targeting a different category in that niche. So if you're doing pets or dogs, do you can target people that like dog Facebook pages. You can target people that like dog stores, like Petco, all those stores like that. You can target people that like pet magazines. I'm not sure of any pet magazines, but just break it down into 5 different subcategories in that niche. So hopefully that made sense. I can show you mine's right here. So these are my ads. So like I already showed you my campaign. And so how I did this is it's kind of confusing. So how I did it, so I have 20 different ad sets. So I have 4 ad sets for each product. So for example, one of my products was the Act Over Talk t-shirt. That was this one right here, Act Over Talk. So that's just how I named that product. And then I targeted the entrepreneur books for that Act and Talk t-shirt, the media for the Act and Talk t-shirt, the business models for the Act Over Talk t-shirt, and then the famous entrepreneurs for that Act and Talk t-shirt. And then another t-shirt was my excuses t-shirt. I targeted those 4 different subcategories. For the other product, those 4 separate subcategories. Another product, I targeted those 4 categories, and then for the notepad, I targeted the 4 separate subcategories. So it should look something like this. So you have your one campaign, you have 5 different products, and then for each one of those products, one of those ads, you're targeting that product to those 4 separate subcategories. So as you can see, I have 20 ad sets right here. Well, actually, this is 25. I only have 20. But you get the point, okay? So that's what you want to do. Have 5 products and then 5 different subcategories in your niche, and then target that. And so each ad set he recommends being between 500,000 and 2 million. That was kind of hard for me. I kept getting over 2 million, so I did do a tiny bit of flex targeting to get it down under 2 million. He said really stick in that. That's usually what works best for him. That's what's always worked. So try to stick in that. Like I said, the next video will be showing you the results of all of this. I'm just kind of recapping what he said and showing you how I laid it out in case you want to do it too. And the more valuable video is going to be the next video that shows you the results. So stick with me. And you're running this for exactly 24 hours or a little less than 24 hours. So he recommends running it from 6 a.m. because you don't want to run it between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. That's just a whole bunch of bad traffic and has been. You can test it out. It's all Facebook ads. It's all about testing. It's all about testing. So what I did was I'm running from 6 a.m. until 12 midnight tonight. Let it run. And then after you can see obviously what's working. So this is still running. It's about only halfway through, not even. Only $1.24 spent out of $5. And obviously we can see this one's probably the best one. It has 9 post engagements, a pretty good click-through rate. You're definitely looking for the cheapest post per click. He says it should be less than 5 cents, which none of mine are. So that might be a bad sign. I don't know. But then after this runs for 24 hours or 1 day, you can see which ones are working the best, and then you could look at those products paired up with those ad sets and see what works best. So this was just kind of showing you how to set everything up, and the next video will be showing you the results, how to know which ones to go forward with, and then how to scale that. Thank you for watching, but definitely check out his video if you want kind of more in depth. He actually has a longer video on it, like a 30-minute video and then a 6-minute video on it, so I'll link to both of them, whichever one you want to watch. Check it out though. I just want to show you how I did it. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next part where I actually show you my results and what to move forward with. And have a good day. Thank you for watching, and go make some money, I guess. See you in the next video.